What is the purpose of education in a free society? What do we mean when we say we live in a democracy? And why, in recent years, has a single word, woke, become the battlefield for these very ideals? A liberal education isn't about politics, it's about liberation, of the mind, the imagination, and the conscience. It teaches us how to think, not what to think, how to ask hard questions, how to listen to people who are not like us, and how to hold competing truths in tension without violence. Liberal education empowers us with intellectual curiosity, historical perspective, ethical reflection, and the courage to live a meaningful life in community with others. A liberal democracy does more than count votes. It protects the rights of minorities. It guards free expression, even when it makes us uncomfortable. It keeps power distributed, so that no one faction can dominate the rest. Its health depends on free and inclusive dialogue, equal protection under the law, civil society institutions, and an educated public capable of self-rule. But lately, one word, woke, has been weaponized. Originally used within Black communities to describe staying alert to racial injustice, it now carries many meanings. To some, it still means being awake to systems of oppression. To others, it has become a catch-all insult for everything they fear is changing. In the name of fighting wokeness, we're seeing books banned, curriculum restricted, diversity efforts dismantled, public institutions purged of those who ask critical questions. What began as cultural critique has become a purge of ideas, of educators, of the very spirit of liberal democracy. When woke is used as a political slur, what's really under attack is the right to challenge power, the freedom to tell fuller versions of history, the attempt to make space for all voices, not just the dominant ones. This is not just a culture war, it's a war on the very infrastructure of civic learning. If we care about liberal education and democracy, we must protect the right to be awake, to explore truth, even when it's painful, to expand justice, even when it's uncomfortable. To be woke in the best sense is simply to be aware, and to care enough to act. That's not a threat to freedom. That freedom. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically." The future of democracy depends on whether we still believe that.